Gentleman's recognized for 3 minutes.
I believe it's April Fool's Day here on the floor of the House. To hear the members of the GOP, the grand old oil party, talking about how they're there for the consumers. They want to do something to help American consumers. The same party that benefits disproportionately from massive campaign contributions from the oil and gas and coal industries. The same party that holds the White House with 2 oil men in the White House. The same party that on the Senate side defeated our energy provisions because they would have, God forbid, made the oil and gas companies pay taxes like other members of the corporate community. It would have taken away subsidies. They're crying crocodile tears about the massive profits their buddies are making, their campaign contributors, their sponsors, and the president, the oil man, and the vice president, the oil man supply services company.
Gentleman yield?
No, I won't yield. Thank you very much. Now, there's a few things we could do. Now, the president's a big free trader, right? He's trying to push us into more free trade agreements. He say they work great. He wants rules-based trade. Well, we're in the WTO. They have rules. The rules say you cannot restrict the supply of a commodity simply to drive up the price. That's what OPEC's doing. Now, 5 members of OPEC are in the WTO. Will this president, the oil man, the friend of the Saudis and the others, will he file a complaint in the World Trade Organization against OPEC? No. I wrote to him 3 years ago asking him to do that. The answer was no. If the Saudis and the OPEC countries want to get together and collude to drive up the price of the oil, that's just fine with George Bush. He's all for free trade and rules-based trade, except when the rules might hurt some of his buddies. And then the oil industry just piggybacks on top of that. Now, there is another thing that they could do. They could help us with a provision we put in the Farm Bill, which is stalled in the Senate, which would close the Enron loophole. Remember Enron? Ken Boy, the president's favorite guy? He just died before he went to jail. Well, the Enron boys convinced the Republican Congress to give them a special loophole, to deregulate energy commodities, to allow for massive speculation. And there is widespread agreement in the financial community that about 50 cents of the price that's being paid at the pump today is being paid purely because of speculation brought about by the Enron loophole. You really want to do something about the high price of oil? Help us close the Enron loophole. Get your president to file a complaint against OPEC for colluding to drive up the price of oil. Help strip out the taxpayer subsidies to the oil, coal, and gas industry. You're taking it out of their wallets while you take it out of their pockets at the pump.